What's up, guys? Today we're going to be unboxing the Hasbro Series 1 Luka Doncic Starting Lineup. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to another Starting Lineup unboxing and review episode. Now, if you didn't catch my first one, I did Steph Curry, who's right up here. But today, we are going to be doing Luka Doncic, and I'm very excited for this one. He's one of the best, most polarizing players in the league, and it looks pretty cool. I will say, before we get into it, I did want to talk about the delivery. So, Trae Young and Steph Curry came separate, and then the rest of them came in another shipment. Now, when they come in a big box, but then inside that, each one is individually packaged. So when I got the rest of them, they all came in one of these packages, except for Luka Doncic. He just showed up in this. And that's not a huge issue for me, but I know some collectors are very finicky about the packaging, if there's scratches on it, if there's dents. This one looks in pretty good shape. There were a few scratches and a few little nicks and things, but I know if you're charging $50 for a starting lineup or for a figurine, and that has rubbed a few people the wrong way, you definitely probably want to package it kind of how you do the rest of them. So I'm not exactly sure what the thought process was behind that. I'm curious, did anybody else out there receive their figures like that? Because, I mean, I'm glad it kind of came in this sort of package, but you know, I just know people are very careful about protecting these. So I don't think anything was damaged on the inside, so I think we're good to go. So looking at the front here, we got a picture of the figurine. Again, really nice cover, really nice packaging. It is sturdy, and it is the figurine picture of Luka. Now, the first thing you're gonna notice, and I thought this is kind of strange, his face. His face, you know, and we'll look at the actual figure itself, but he's got this weird kind of grin and smile, and I know he does kind of look like that sometimes. If you look at all the other figures, they have a very serious kind of look on their face, and actually only Jason Tatum is showing his teeth. So if you look at the Jason Tatum figurine, you can see like they do show his teeth a little bit compared, and also with Luka as well. But all the other ones have a very serious kind of look on their face, and his is just kind of strange and playful. I just thought it was, you know, maybe a little out of character, or it's just not in line with the rest of the line or the rest of the product line. We'll flip it over here. Now, it's funny because they give you a preview of what the card looks like, and now for that, they actually chose a very serious look for Luka. And then you can see the figure. They have him here doing a layup, and then you can see the base and the stem of the figure, and then they have all the different hands that come along with the figure as well. It also says that he is 6.5 inches or 16.5 centimeters. That's the size of the figurine. And it's interesting because you compare that to the original ones, which are much smaller. But now Luka is 6.5 inches. I believe LeBron is. But then when you get to some of the bigger guys like Giannis, and I imagine Embiid is, those characters are actually 7 inches. So they do vary in size, kind of depending on the actual height of the player. So they kind of keep it, I guess, realistic in that way. Now, let's flip it over, and I think we can kind of get into the product and the figure. Now, you'll see here, there is sort of a seal here, just a small sticker or label, and even though it came outside of the cardboard box, it still is sealed, so I'm not worried about it like having been opened or anything like that. Just gonna slice in here real quick. And just flip this open if I can. Okay. All right, and the card kind of popped out a little bit here, but all right, we'll start over here in the top. We have the base. You can see here we got the pegs for them to put their feet in, and then we got the hole to put the base in, so you can have them like jumping in the air or dunking or blocking or doing a layup or a jump shot or whatever. So I'm gonna set that over here, and we also have the card here. Now, when I did the Steph Curry unboxing, I didn't 100% understand how they did this. I thought there were actually a variety of cards. And apparently there's only a variety of NFT cards. So you're gonna get sort of what's called just like, you're gonna get the common black card in here. Now, the NFT, which again, not an NFT fan, don't think it was necessary. And if that caused the price to be raised, or these figures to be more expensive because they're doing that, then I think they definitely need to get rid of that for their next run of the NFL players, or if they come out with more NBA players. That's just my humble opinion, because I don't really care about that. I'm not interested in that. And if that's raising the price, well, I'd rather have less and pay less. So just my thoughts. What I'll say is this comes with the common black card, but in the NFT, I believe there's a gold card, which is 1 of 1, and then there's, I think, a red, a blue, and a green, and then also a common black. So the red and the blue and the green, they also are like 1 of 100 or 1 of 200 or 500 or 600. But I imagine the majority of people will be getting just the common black card. I think it would have been a whole lot cooler if they would have put a different card that comes with these figures, because then, you know, you're opening this, you're unboxing it, and you're like, oh man, I wonder what card I'm gonna get. But they didn't do that here. Yep, see, it's just the regular kind of standard black card. I mean, it looks very nice. It's got a nice shine to it. Again, Luka is frowning, not very happy, very unlike his figure. But it is a good looking card. I will say that. And then on the back, we have, they do have an image of the figure version of Luka. It says SLU, LD, and then we have his stats and everything. So it is a cool card. I like it, but I just wish they would have kind of put the different variants in with these, because it would have just, I don't know, given something a little more excitement to opening and kind of buying these figures. You know, when you buy a pack of cards, it's like, oh man, I wonder if I'm gonna, you know, what special cards am I gonna get? And that would have just, I don't know, I think piqued people's interest and offered a little more intrigue to buying these. So set that over there. Now, I'm gonna open this, and then, okay, we have the very eco-friendly packaging here. So this is in sort of a, I guess like what you'll call a paper pouch. And this is where all the hands and the basketball, or the hand on the basketball, and it does not want to come out. Okay, so I think I got all of this stuff out. This is for the base, so he'll be, you know, jumping off this. So this is what holds him. And then we also have hand on the ball, and then different hands, and a number 1, because he's number 1. He is pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna set these sort of off to the side. Okay, and then we have what I call the stem, which goes in the base. And then we have this here. So kind of cool, kind of strange. I don't know how I feel about it. You know, I just think they look kind of weird, but I don't know what else you do, because, you know, back in the day they had like the Jordan figure who would be dunking, and they put like a pole in his knee. I know they did that with a bunch of other guys too, but I remember the first one that I had, it was Jordan, and he was dunking in the air or whatever, and just had a metal pole. But this at least gives you flexibility, and that seems to be really what they've done with this product line. And as I open up the actual figure, you'll see that you can put him in multiple different positions. It's not like the old days where it was like, you know, if they were shooting a jump shot, like that's what they were doing, or maybe they were dunking or dribbling or something like that. Like here, you have different hands to choose from. You can put them on the base like they're in the air, or you can just, you know, get rid of the stem and just have their feet on the ground. And now we're gonna get into the actual figure here. So come on, Luka. So again, this is taped shut, and it is sort of, it's just like a paper bag with the starting lineup logos on it. And all right, wow. He's kind of got that grin, that smile. So it looks kind of interesting, but I do like the way this figure is. And I'd never had a Hasbro figure or anything before, so when I first started kind of moving it, I just felt like I was gonna kind of break some of the pieces. But that is one of the things with this, is you can definitely, you know, move their shoulders, arms, elbows, and that's kind of what they wanted to do. And then, you know, you can replace their hands, you can put the ball on it. And so I'm gonna do that. Hand comes off. Now he's got the ball. And have him like shooting a jump shot or something. I'm not really good at making the poses or the figures or whatnot yet. And then it's got his, I think these are the Air Jordan 36 Nike shoes, which are pretty cool and pretty unique, and they really stand out just because they're red, and everything else on the Mavericks uniform is it's not very red, so definitely stands out. Got the Nike socks, Nike swoosh on the shorts and the shirt. Mavericks logo on the side. And then on the back, it's got his name, NBA logo, 77. And one thing I felt like with Steph Curry, I felt like the head was actually small. It was kind of like if you ever seen the movie Beetlejuice, kind of felt like his head was just a little small and Steph was just like a little too ripped. Now, Luka is kind of a, he's probably not quite as cut as they make him out to be here. I don't know if he's a dad, but maybe he's got a little daddy weight. He's working on that dad bod, but he's still pretty amazing. So, you can put him in the figure or in the holder like this. There we go. Like he's doing a layup. He's going through the air. I don't know, he looks like Superman or something. But yeah, you can do a bunch of different configurations. I'd love to see what some other people have done and the configurations they've come up with. I'm not quite to the point where I'm getting like creative with their poses and everything. People have been saying, oh, it doesn't look like the figure. It doesn't really look like, some of the players. But I think they've actually done a really nice job with sort of the faces. I mean, these guys get haircuts all the time. They're growing beards, shaving beards, changing it up. So I think they did a good job overall. I know some people are saying, hey, if I'm going to pay $50, I want it to actually look like the figure. Well, I understand that. I can't argue with that. But overall, I think they did a good job. My review of this is, I think it's really cool. Luka looks awesome. I think the attention to detail is great. I don't like the grin on his face, on his smile. I just think it's kind of a strange choice. I wish they would have done something different with the card on the inside, and you would have gotten sort of the variance in there. So if I had to give this an overall grade, I'd probably give it a B. Maybe a B plus, because they, this is their first run. They're trying to figure it out again. They haven't made, figures for like 20 years. And it is cool that I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about being able to adjust the figure and have them do different things and different poses. But yeah, I think it's pretty neat. And I know they showed a picture of kind of like a hoop and a court. So I imagine something's going to be coming out where you're going to be able to put multiple players on the court at one time. So we'll see if that comes out, when that comes out. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to have more unboxings coming up because I'm going to do all 8 of them. So if you want to see what the other figures look like, definitely give me a like and subscribe and get notified when I put out new episodes. And I'm also going to be doing some episodes talking about what I think the NFL figures are going to look like, because rumor has it in 2023, we're going to get the NFL. So who would you guys like to see? All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this figure. And I don't know, who do you guys hope to see if they do a series 2 of these? There's definitely some names, and you can't do repeats. All right, take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.